All right, so I'm going to give you guys greater discernment between a good tree and a bad tree, okay? And this is mainly pointing to the leaders that we look up to and the people that, we acknowledge as spiritual leaders and things of that nature, okay? This has been in my heart when I went for a walk about 2 days ago, but I know that the Most High put this on my spirit. Okay, some of us look at a tree that bears good fruit, but we think it's bearing bad fruit. Then you got other people that see a tree that bears bad fruit. They're bearing bad fruit, but sometimes we think it's good. And I'm gonna tell you why we go through this phase. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why we struggle with this. So this is a perfect example. If you are in your room, okay, sometimes if your room is a mess, you leave food on the ground, you have some rotten stuff under the bed, things of that nature. Because you sleep in that room, you become used to it. You become used to your own scent, your own smell. And then when somebody else comes into your room and sees the smell or senses the smell, they'll be like, whoa, whew, what's that smell? Okay? They'll say, what's that smell? I'm not used to the smell. Okay? Not realizing that they're smelling your scent that you're used to. You can't smell your own scent because you're used to it. Life teaches us that. You see, in life, we've seen that all the time, right? And it will take somebody else to come and say, hey, this smell is crazy right now, bro. I gotta either leave, but if I hang out with you, I'll start getting used to your smell. Think about that. There are a lot of people that are used to a certain smell when it comes to these people who are in spiritual position, okay? Whether it's the will of Yah or they're just exalting themselves or whatever. And now that we're so used to the smell, we're thinking that the smell is good because we're used to it. We think whatever we're used to, we think it's good because we're comfortable in it now. And sometimes it'll take somebody else to recognize how bad the smell is to say, hey, clean up your room. Your room stinks, okay? And the ego, and this is what we struggle with, is when somebody tells us that we got to clean up our room of the smell we're used to, right? Because this is what the Most High will do. It tells us, we got some things to clean up in here. We'll get defensive. We'll push away. We'll say, get away from me. Things of that nature. When all the Most High is trying to do is help you. Okay? All he's trying to do is help you. Because you're becoming a rotten smell. You're becoming a rotten tree. So, Mashiach told us, take the mote out of your own eye first before you take it out of other people's eyes. Why did he tell you that? If your room smells, if you have a stench in your room, you got to clean your own room first before you go around telling other people to clean theirs. Because you'll become a hypocrite. You'll become a hypocrite. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is not look at other people. You look at yourself in the mirror. These are parables. So spiritually, why are you not looking at yourself spiritually in the mirror to discern if you are spiritually in alignment to start your day? That you may spiritually correct other people, you know what I'm saying, that the Most High has put in your life. A lot of church followers are used to smells because they're been with the pastor, the prophets, the bishops for so long that when somebody comes in that they never knew saying, yo, this room stink, you got to clean it up, they're ready to throw that person out. And they'll think you're the problem. They'll think you're the issue, but you're actually the solution. Yahweh is using you as the solution. If you want to identify a good tree, Look at yourself in the mirror first. Look at your tree first. Look at your room first. See if your tree is bad or good first. Because if your tree is bad, you're going to think that the bad trees are good because you're used to it. But if you are recognizing that your tree is bad and you fix your tree to become good, you'll be able to spot the good trees. That's deeper discernment for y'all. See, we look and say, that tree's bad, that tree's good, but we are not discerning it because we're not looking at our own tree first to see what tree we fit in the category of good and bad. Look at the fruits. The fruits will tell you. The fruits will tell you. If you have hatred against your brother or sister, you're bearing bad fruit. Doesn't matter. You're bearing bad fruit. If you're not operating in those gifts, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, long-suffering, you're bearing bad fruits. But if you're operating in, like I said, strife, envy, wrath, anger, whatever, you're not bearing good fruits. You got to see on the trees, right? You got to see on the trees what fruit is bearing the bad fruit. Cut it off so that the tree itself does not get defiled. This is something that the Most High put in my spirit because when I was talking about this stuff, I started saying, how are people not recognizing what's good and what's evil? Woe unto those who call evil good and good evil. Right? You gotta take the mote out of your own eye first. When you wake up, spiritually correct yourself before you can spiritually correct others. I love y'all. Shalom.